Hello, hello, Aries. Hope you folks are doing wonderful. Welcome to the Sapphire Spider Oracle channel. If it's your first time being here, thanks for coming to check it out. Your energy is feeling very fun all of a sudden, so let's get started. I've got the Tarot Nefertari, which I felt strongly guided to use today. And I've got the Spirit Animal Oracle, so let's just, okay. Let's just do a check-in. Your Spirit Animal Oracle jumped right out for you. So let's get started. It said it doesn't want to wait, doesn't want to hesitate. What's the message for you? I knew it. I only saw like a flip of the black when it was flipping out, but I knew this was the card. So I pulled this for sure for Aries before. Something just said, back on your bullshit. That is a word that is being used a lot today. There's a spirit guide in here that likes to use that word. So, Panther spirit, reclaiming your power. Just love the rich, deep, dark of this card. And I love its little like crown. It looks like a bunch of little crescent moons on top of its head. Of course, it's got the third eye. And there's like this beautiful mandala pattern kind of swirling in its face there. It's kind of pointing out how this panther is like emerging out of the shadows and stepping into the light. And I think that's really part of the symbolism it's trying to say with reclaiming your power. It's like you've been very much hanging back in the shadows quite a bit. Maybe keeping more to yourself with that 44. That's a power number. So that's definitely your guides kind of coming through and saying like, it's safe. Everything's protected now. Overall got a solid foundation and your guides are with you. So it's time to step back out into that light. It's time to just step back out of like whatever little corner you've kind of been in. It's time to reclaim some of your power. And that's one of the big keys to your message here. Let's start opening up with the tarot cards. Oh, man, Aries, like, it definitely don't want to waste no time. It's just flipping stuff out for you. So let's see what cards just came out. It gave me 6 right off the bat. Look. I've been pulling 6 for almost everyone's reading, so it knows. It knows. Said it knows the drill. It knows the drill. Okay, here we go. Let's get started with your reading. It wants me to flip all of them for you. Look, I just tapped that card over there, so that we're gonna pull a 7th card in a minute, but got a pretty dense reading right here so far. Got 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 5 of Cups, got Queen of Wands, Death, and Knight of Wands. So like very quick, it almost like speed read it for a second. It like speed read it for a second, which I don't usually do for my readings just because of the fact that Spirit usually talks to me very in depth through symbolism. So the fact that it kind of did a speed reading really quick was really interesting. So 5 of Cups, definitely having to walk away from something. I always read this 5 of Cups more like an 8 of Cups in this deck just because literally the person is walking and moving. But they are... And with this Knight of Wands right underneath it, there's definitely this distance, this movement, this traveling, this, but I like how it's kind of like coming in towards the center of the reading. So for some of you guys, it could be something returning and coming back. It was really sad, but there was some distance and space, or there's definitely like some kind of like this fleeing energy right here. Then there's this Eight of Swords energy with this Queen of Wands underneath it, and it just is kind of giving it to me more as her mind space here. So it's like there's been a lot of kind of doing things out of fear energy is what I'm really getting right here. Kind of doing things out of fear. There's been a lot on the Queen of Wands mind. And here in the center, we have this Nine of Swords and Death. And it's where everything's kind of converging here. That's where this person's down on the ground. These people are down on the ground. It's like all of a sudden, okay, wow, it just said that really interesting. It was like, down on the ground. Everyone get down on the ground. Just gave me a Squidbillies episode. The sheriff does that at one point. He's like, they all think they're getting busted or something, and the sheriff is trying to take control of the situation. So he pulls out his gun and he fires it. And he's like, everyone down on the ground. Everyone get down on the ground. We're all on the same level now. No one's above one another. We're all equal. And that's what it's kind of saying. Woo! That was a big line that just came through. It said, death is the great equalizer. It said, death is the great equalizer. It's kind of like everything returns to this. Everything comes back to it. And with the way that Anubis is depicted today, it just keeps bringing me back to this panther. It's almost like you yourself are this energy. It's like you're this energy, Aries. It's like you are the death card. I was kind of catching it more for this Queen of Wands, but now I'm getting the sense that you're more of this energy. And it's kind of like all of this is surrounding the death card. Woo! It's just talking at some points here. So that's what it said. You can put a stop to all the rest of this. So there's all this other energy here. Whoa. And that's where suddenly this became a face-off. This became a face-off all of a sudden. Usually I see her as like happy and just kind of doing her thing, but all of a sudden it's like these two are opponents and they're facing each other. Your reading's bouncing all over the place. This just spoke. This, yet again, is your energy, Aries. And this is very much like an ancestor, like an old Egyptian god talking to you. And it's like you came to this person and prayed, and you were like, you know, almost like, Father, what do? I am surrounded. Man, it got so biblical in here, y'all. Like, I'm just saying, it's like, Father, like, I am surrounded by my enemies. I'm surrounded by things that are trying to manipulate me. I'm surrounded by stress and nightmares and worries and fears. I'm surrounded by sadness and despair. I'm surrounded by people that are maybe fleeing and fleeting in my life. And then also maybe I have this one main opponent. Now, Queen of Wands is definitely very powerful. Queen of Wands is some fire energy for sure. So Aries, that's why I was saying, I think that's you. But now there could be another Aries or another fire sign that you're kind of like butting heads with. Babe, I'm definitely just getting more of the sense that your power is this death card. Almost like you are a death god or a death goddess. So what is it trying to say there? Well, it's trying to say that you have the power to, man, it just gave it to me like Anubis, like almost like he waved his staff and like wiped out a whole land of people, right? Just like, right, spread death everywhere. Death in this case is symbolic, and death in this case simply means like putting an end to a situation. And I really get the sense that that's what needs to happen here. It's like all of this has surrounded you and buried you, Aries, and it's like you forgot that you are this death god, this death goddess, that you can put a stop to anything that is harming you or others, that is an obstacle, that is in your way. It is your choice. You sometimes have to pick up the scythe and decide, like, this is not happening in my life anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. These people are not allowed near me, right? That's the death energy it wants to remind you of. So, ooh, it was 10:01 on the clock when I just looked up. Yes, okay, so that's what I'm saying. Like, you got some major stuff going on. Somebody or something's got you all in your head. And I think it's this person here. And like I was saying, like, usually this is a good card. So it's kind of giving me this impression, like, other people might be like, oh, like, they're so nice and they're so sweet and look at them, they're beautiful. They do such a great job. And it's like there's something, and again, with this being a major arcana card, it's like there is something that you are just majorly not cool with about this person. It's like you don't like the way they're arranging the flowers. It's like you don't like the way they're dressed. It was kind of pointing out how their outfit's very revealing in this sense. It's like the front is like just like wide open like this. They might be a little, and with a Queen of Wands, that can definitely be kind of like the sexy, seductive queen energy. Someone who's a queen of that kind of energy is a come and steal your man type kind of person. So that's where there's a little bit of that essence. It's like, oh, she thinks she is so fine. And like, she might really have a lot of her power together. And this doesn't have to be a she, it can be a he. They have a lot of their power together and they're using it in this way that's more of like this sensual, sexy woman power, which when used for good is great, and when used for bad is definitely more in the negative realm of feminine energy. So it's kind of leaving it open for interpretation there. It's kind of leaving it open as if like acknowledging that this person is strong and capable and powerful in whatever that they are doing. And to some people are definitely good, and within themselves in their own life, their power is good, but coming up against you, like they are just rocking your boat is kind of what is showing me. Like they're just rocking your boat. Oh, whoa, that was weird. Okay, so there's lotus flowers over here. There's lotus flowers down here. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's like you were trying to do that before yourself, and then it's almost like someone either showed up and did it maybe a little bit better than you, or it's like it was kind of implying that maybe they stole some of your lotus flowers in essence, right? And kind of got all the attention for it. Because here's this Five of Cups. You're sad about something. You definitely stressed about some stuff, so much that you're like kind of like up at night praying, like down on your knees, like, Lord, what do I do to get out of this situation? Like, this person either stole from me, or like I feel stolen from, right? I feel like someone is really challenging me. Other people might think positively of them, but I myself really don't want them around in my world anymore. I feel like they're pulling my string. And that's the other thing. Whew, man, this pile's going off, y'all. It's like this person stole some of my lotus flowers and is doing it. I don't like the way they do that. A lot of people look at them in a good light, but on your mind, it's kind of like you see them as that manipulative. It's showing me the eye on this crocodile, and it showed me the eye on this Queen of Wands. That's what I'm saying. It's like they're a master manipulator to an extent, and it is driving you crazy. You're kind of more of this energy. It is literally driving you bonkers. Like, it is on your mind. How can I face this person, or get them off my back, or get them to stop manipulating people? Or how can I make people see them for who they really are? So you prayed about it. Lord, I'm really sad. I had to walk away from some things because maybe this energy came and messed with me. I don't know what to do about this stuff. I don't know how to handle this situation. Now, a Knight of Wands is kind of like job opportunities and travel and speed and distance and things like that. But then that's where it's also Knight of Wands is under a Queen of Wands. So it's almost kind of giving it to me like this is someone on this person's team usually. But with them coming up behind the Death card, it's almost like maybe you went and rallied them to your side, because now everyone's kind of looking at this person. It's like, yeah, come check this out. Come look at that. Like, do you see what I'm talking about? I'm still kind of working on this card right here. There's a little bit of a message about kind of watch your back, because this is a Knight of Wands and this is a Queen of Wands. So it is kind of saying, like, you might want to be aware that some people might be on this person's team, and be careful about like who you go talk to, right? Keep your distance, or you might say something or do something that really hurts you in the end. So there might be some of that, and that might be where it's more like you're on your own and you got your own little team of people here that recognize you as well. And you're coming through as this major arcana card, Aries. So that's where I feel like at the end of the day, Spirit is showing you this entire spread, almost like a bird's eye view of a battlefield. And that's where it was like you just cleared the whole field once you actually put your foot down and kind of like bang your snap. It's like boom, and then it's just like done, right? You've been praying for some answers, for some guidance. The guidance is, remember who you are. You are this death energy. You are this death card. You need to reclaim that power, because you can wipe this whole board clear. You can mop the floor with this person or these people. And if it really comes down to it, maybe you're just supposed to leave this whole situation. It might make you sad, but at the end of the day, that might be what you have to do. It's like you can just wipe this whole board clean. It's like clearing a whole table. You just clear the table, and then there ain't nothing to do about that no more. It wanted this top card here for you guys. What's the final message for this reading, Aries? What I say? There's that Hermit card right there. You just might be better off independent, working on your own. You might need to go within to work on yourself and find that inner truth to reach some of this energy. He's holding a lantern like he's going down into a pyramid, into a tomb, right? To find that inner fire, that inner illumination, that inner knowledge. Anubis is hanging out in there. That's what I'm saying. It's like you kind of have to like venture down. It's like the sarcophagus spoke to you. Go on this adventure. So you go within yourself. Go within your own temple and find that there. There's also sometimes like exile represented by this card, or something in that sense, right? A hermit is out there living on their own, doing things on their own. Sometimes it's necessary just so you can figure things out. So that might be the energy. The other energy might be like, you know what? It is just time for you to not be surrounded by these people and to go do your own thing. And that's what I got for you, Aries. Let me know how it resonates. Like, share, comment, subscribe as you see fit. I will see you guys on the next batch of readings. Thank you so much. Bye.